Another wretched foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Can you see her? Yeah, it's kind of cold in here. I don't have a fan. Chloe! She's looking out the window. Oh, man. Hello! How are y'all doing today? Turn that music down. Oh, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. I almost did the British version. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, Chloe is very comfy. She is looking out the window. So my green screen's, I'm aware my green screen is all jacked up, but it's because...
Another wretched foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Thank you for, the subs, my dude. Galen, thanks so much for keeping your tier 1 sub going, and Biofoot, thanks for keeping your Twitch Prime sub going. The Prophet of the Neckbeards, I do have a really hardcore neckbeard right now. I need to shave it today, or trim it. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of the entire thing, but like make it less wiry. It is all over the place. Yeah, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to get on and just stream for a little while. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Let's, okay, I lied. I do want the fan on. There we go. I just like to have air moving. But, we will be... When's gonna be the next painting stream? Probably the day after Christmas. I would say probably the day after Christmas. I moved the lighting around, so hopefully it should be better. But yeah, the green screen is gonna be all jacked up because I opened the window so that Chloe could just kind of exist happily. But part of that is that there's extra sunlight coming through that window now, which is gonna jack up the lighting in here, but it's okay. We're gonna make a sacrifice for Chloe. Did I see the Game 3 hint in the 12 Days of Total War event? Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been looking at all at the 12 Days of event. Which one is it for Total War? I'm gonna go to their Total War Day 12. Static wallpapers. Let me look at it. Wallpaper selection. Oh!
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host.
Oh god!
Cursed Sotek spawn.
Everyone buckle up. Thanks for the gift subs, dude.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Are you talking about the 3-2-1 image? Here, I'll put it up on stream.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
I assume you're talking about this very Zinchian image.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Definitely is very demonic.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Dosic, thanks again so much for the gift subs, my dude.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Oh god. Hawk, thanks for 5 more gift subs.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing
it's a cool
joins
image.
the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
It is definitely a cool image. I don't know, it doesn't inspire
Another wretched,
a lot
foul
of hype in
lizard
me.
thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Yeah, we'll kind of see where it goes though. Merry Christmas from Somalia.
Another wretched, foul
Well, Merry
lizard
Christmas
thing
from,
joins the red
Texas.
host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
I'm so sorry it's gonna come up 10 times. My bad. Nah, it's fine, dude. I'm always happy to hear Throt.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Hype Train should be renamed for Vermintide.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Oh, Chloe's leaving. Okay. That means I can close the window.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn. Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn. Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Well, that could have been bad.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
How's there still... Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. Well, I almost killed myself. But, oh yeah, I got to turn the music off. It's a little too hype for just being on the campaign map. Alright. How's everybody? How are y'all doing? Let's get our hello queue in. We haven't done that in a while. So, for anyone that would like a Merry Christmas Eve or a Merry Christmas, depending on where you are in the world, I guess we'll just do Merry Christmas to make it easy. Feel free to slap the tic-tac-toe hello emote, the Sotek Hi if you're on, or I think it's Sotek Wave if you're on Twitch, or just say hi over on YouTube, or if you don't have a sub, any of those. And we'll say hello to everybody, and then we will get started. Did I just hear a door open? I did. Chloe, you are a lot right now today, dog. Hi, princess. Yeah, I see you. I gotta close this, okay? You doing alright? Yeah, you're okay. Why don't you take a nap? You get some sleep, okay? Ugh. There we go. Can we get Welcome to the Jungle on loop? I think I would get copyright striked for that. Alright, so hello to We've got Living Legend. Dossict, of course. Garanath Grimwrath. Hawk Oddly. Smogcog, hello, hello. Richard Blackeye, Merry Christmas. Galen, how you doing? Undertaker, hello, hello. Merry Christmas. We got Dominion Sorcerer. Larry Mad. Rhesus Monkey. Mango K. Prime Savage, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well today. Man, it's been a while since we've done this campaign. What were we doing? I think we were about to go to war with the undead. That's what it looks like. We could...
Do not let my death mask unnerve you.
If she's kind of busy and not interested in fighting us, we could go after Malice instead. Thanks for the hype train, my dudes. Appreciate it. Dragoons, Anthferny, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Paul Roberts, Vigo the Carpathian. Ah. Doing well with your beef jerky. Nice, nice. Dave's Muster, hello, hello. Merry Christmas. I'll just say Merry Christmas today and tomorrow. Because you never know what time scale people are on. Alright, let's go after Malice. What's the fastest way out to sea? That way? Okay. We will definitely need to recruit some new troops before we head out, but that's alright. What's my usual thematic army for Kroq-Gar? If you want to go thematic, then the big thing that you want to focus on is Saurus Riders, so like Horned One Riders or Cold One Cav. In addition to, you probably are going to want at least 2 Carnosaurs in the army, including Grymloq. So at least 2 Carnosaurs. A Skink Priest of some sort. And then from there, you can pretty much flesh out the rest of the army with a mix of Pterodon Riders. And if you want, you can have like Saurus and Skinks. Kroq-Gar's army in Fantasy was like super fast-paced, was kind of his whole thing. Was that he was all about really aggressive warfare that moved really fast. That's what he's really famous for. Like he had, in Tabletop, he had special rules in an earlier edition where he could essentially run with extra, he could run Saurus Cav as core, so you could take like an all Cav army with him. What was I saving up for here? Oh, I think I was gonna get a sacrificial altar, is what it was. We'll do this once we're closer, I guess. That way we can get all the extra loot bonuses. Sapth, good to see you. No Dreadsaurians. You could put a Dreadsaurian in there. I mean, Dreadsaurians are basically just Apex Carnosaurs. Chloe. Wait. Alright, let's see what we got here. How close are we to a Stegodon? Oh, God, we're still a ways away. That's alright. Let's just take an extra point in scouting. I want magic items. Alright. Let's head off to the Dragon Isles. we'll probably try that out at some point. Undertaker. Twitch says I'm playing Vermintide. Oh, I should probably fix that. Let's see. Twitch. Edit. You're right. I forgot to change the title. Fix that.
Another wretched foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Here we go. Fixed. Thank you. Also, T-Virus, thanks so much for becoming a member over on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Sure. We'll take trade with Kalita right now. Just because I'm not going to plow through her empire just yet. I don't think I've spoken to you since I arrived, but I got a new puppy named Brian. So this Christmas I have 2 nephews and puppy too. Oh, that's wonderful, Dosick. I'm so glad to hear that. You should send me puppy pictures over Twitter. I would appreciate that. Or put them in the Discord, one or the other. Sure. Cheaper buildings, but they build slower. That's fine. Sail across the ocean. I want to finish building the Golden Tower before anything else. Oh, T-Virus. Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Are there any Christmas features in lore? Well, there is a Christmas holiday, which is equivalent, which is Festag. Festag is the, you know, kind of the winter holiday that is the next closest thing, and is also very much about, near the winter solstice. And it is treated as the, in-universe equivalent. Not getting away from me, Black Ark. Let's exterminate the Dark Elves. We're gonna need that. And then... I guess let's work on being, like, scarier. Goodness. Oh, my brother trapped right here. 1 second. Oh. Thank you. Big Crow barks. Isn't Orion sacrificed before the winter solstice? Orion is sacrificed near a little earlier than that, but Orion is dead during the winter. Hey, Belcros, well, welcome to the stream, my dude. Yeah, Orion's always dead during the winter, and Ariel actually sleeps inside of the Oak of Ages. Neither of them are around during most of winter. I'm ready for Christmas, my dudes. I love Christmas. Christmas is easily my favorite holiday. I really like giving gifts. It's my wife and I's 12th anniversary today and Xmas Eve, and while it isn't much, myself is my gift to you. Well, first of all, that is a very generous gift. Don't like talk yourself down. I am beyond elated and humbled to get a sub or any kind of support from anyone. It's completely unnecessary, but very deeply appreciated, so thank you. And then, on top of that, I, wish you and your wife happy anniversary. Why Chameleon Skinks? Because they're awesome. They're awesome. They have a lot of ammo, and they make for a really good skirmish unit. Really good for dealing with fast cav, stuff like that. Food plans for Christmas holiday and Sunday: roast duck, roast beef, and red wine sauce, and pork knuckle. That sounds very that sounds so much more high class than what we're doing. See, tonight, I think the meal plan for tonight is chicken piccata, homemade chicken piccata. I don't know what the sides for tonight are, but I know we made a bunch of like Christmas cookies and other kind of like fun sweets. And then tomorrow is Christmas ham, but I'm not a big ham person, so I'm probably just gonna have leftovers instead of, I don't know. Me and ham don't really jive, but goddamn, am I looking forward to chicken piccata. I would like hurt someone if you like put chicken piccata in front of me and you're like, you can have this, but you have to like hurt this other person. I'd really consider it. Turkey and codfish around here is the usual. Where is that? Richard Black Eye, just curious. Okay, I've got the range advantage, so send the Bastillodon over to help with that cav. If he's just gonna stand there, I'm happy to just pew pew away for a hot second. It's a little far. What is that flying? Oh, it's a feral manticore. Okay, that's a little bit dangerous. Send you two over that way. Kroq-Gars! Take it on, charge. Okay, good job. Let's bring these guys over to help here. I think the Bastillodon can handle that. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone in chat. If I've missed your name, I'll just kind of give out a blanket Merry Christmas to everybody. Run off. There we go. Let the Kroq-Gars chase after those guys. Come on, keep moving. Let's turn you on firing mode. I think one thing I want to do when the new year comes around, I kind of want to start doing multiplayer streams again. Like, not only hosting like tournaments, but like playing, like maybe doing quick battle streams. I don't know, I'll have to think about like what the best way to do would be. Why is my like middle mouse button being so finicky? All right. We've taken the dragon teeth. tournaments. Whoa, boy, I can't wait to lose all over again. Yeah, I think we might, to like kick off the new year, we might have like a really big tabletop tournament where we do like the tabletop rules, but there's actually like a cash prize. Oh, Garanath, yeah, I know. I would hide my army. I would like to see a pompous stack, please. What, like, do you mean like a stack of all heroes that have the pompous trait? So they're all just like, so like newly recruited characters are just like hilarious. Let's occupy at high level. The Dragon Fang mount is ours. And it's already at level 2. Very nice. Oh, look at all that money. What level do we get Grymloq? 18? Okay. Alright, let's do Blade Master and Thick-Skinned. I want Kroq-Gar so that he starts, like, slapping people just across the face. And then let's grab Harmonic Convergence to make it cheaper. Meanwhile, down south, isn't an elf army a pompous stack? Oh, you're not wrong. Yeah, I'm actually going to be looking into the new Cubicle 7 book here very, very soon, making a video about it, because I've heard nightmarish things. What chaos settings am I running on this one? I think it's legendary, or the highest, just because having a big chaos invasion is more interesting. Do I think Tarmacon is going to be a part of Nurgle's army for Total War Warhammer 2? No. I think Tarmacon will show up as a Nurgle thing in Total War Warhammer 3. But I don't think he's going to be in Total War Warhammer 2. I don't think you're going to see any... I think there's like one more DLC for this game. I would be really surprised if they do more than... Like, I think it's going to be Beastmen and then they're done. Do we have a Slon on standby? We do. We've got a Life 2nd generation and a Fire 4th generation. Okay. That's fine. Let's save our money, because we're pretty close to max pop. And let's send you to the edge here. Nope. Trade agreement with the elves? Sure. High elves are part of the Great Plan. I accept this. Yeah, I do think we'll see Tarmacon in Game 3. I do. Can I speak Saurian? No. There is a good chance at some point next year I could get my hands on a translation guide. I can read it, but I can't speak it, no. I can only pick out specific words. Okay, apparently I got most of the way there, but not all the way there. Teotihuacan. That's such a fun name for a city. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop this. Warhammer 2 has had a good life. How much was my Tarmacon book? It was a lot. I want to say I got it for like... I want to say I got Tarmacon for like 300, relatively. Yeah, it's a super expensive book. That's what happens when you have a collector's book. Maybe it was for 500. It was a lot. Oh. Thank you for redeeming the stretch. This dumbass is standing outside. Well, we're gonna have to do our best to take advantage of that. I could speak Saurian. Roar, roar, roar. No, nope, nope. That's not quite right. Who do I think is going to be on the cutting room floor regarding Chaos characters? I think any character that was not playable in 8th edition, which is a lot of them, is in a danger zone. So, like, Arbald the Undefeated, frickin' what's-his-face, Ikram von Horseman. I think both of those guys are in a pretty big danger zone. What's his face? The guy that wherever he walks, like, vegetation sprouts up behind him. I think he's not very likely. A lot of those characters. Yeah, Echoed Hellbrass. I think a lot of those guys are not gonna be playable. But, you know, we'll see what happens. When's the next tabletop tourney? It'll be in January. I'll probably announce it here pretty soon. But because it's going to have like an actual prize, it's probably going to have a lot more people participating in it. Which means I have to like set up a challenge page for it and do a couple other little minor things real quick. Before we're, you know, all good to launch. How would Kroq-Gar fare if he battled with Grimgor? I think if Kroq-Gar was on foot, he would do well, but he would probably lose. I think if he was on Grymloq, he'd probably win. All I want for Christmas is Galrach. I would love to see Galrach. Galrach, I think we might see at some point. Well, Inquisitor Thomas, you have to remember that a lot of those characters are from the End Times, not specifically from 8th edition. Gutrot Spume, I could see making it in as, like, a Norska character. I don't think he's going to be in, like, the Warriors of Chaos. As for the others, I think there's a really good chance that we'll see... I don't think we'll see the Glotkin. I think the Glotkin are probably going to be left for an AOS game later in the future. I don't think they're going to be in this one. I think you will see... Festus the Leech Lord. I think you will see, what do you call him?
You bring token trinket to give you fraught, yes. Good. I accept your offering for Multiclad.
That was interesting. There was a bit of an echo on that one, but I know why there was an echo. I'll fix it later. I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. Yeah. And Epidemius, I think, is another big one. But I don't think you're going to see the Glotkin. I don't think you're going to see the Magath Lords. I don't think you're going to see a lot of those characters that only showed up there. Okay, Kroq-Gar's dueling the Demon Boy. Ulrich Redusa's getting messed up. Let's get in there. Death Hag's just getting pummeled. Where is Malice? There he is. Malice. Let's get the chameleons on the assassin. I'm not worried about pursuing the mana core. Buff the skink so he doesn't die. Get him, Kroq-Gar! Oh, he's Zarkan now. Surround the demon. Kroq-Gar has slain bigger demons than you, boy. Keep those stats high. Man, Zarkan is fucking scary. Jesus. Kroq-Gars! Paddle that boy. Bring in the big things. The priest? Eh, he's fine. Dinos! Bring everybody in. Bring it down! Bring it down! This Hellspawn's not getting away today. That 45%... That 45% ward save is impressive, but it's not enough. He got so buffed this last patch. Zarkan is like freaking super spooky now. Down he goes. He's just really hard to kill. Alright, so because Throt yelled at me earlier, that means somebody tipped. Hey, Daniel! Thanks so much for the tip, my dude. Happy Festag Sotek. What mechanic do I think the Chaos Dwarves will bring to the table? The big thing that I want Chaos Dwarves to bring to the table is the ability to... I kind of want them to be like a massive crossover between the Dark Elves and the Dwarves. So, like, I want them to have a hardcore slavery mechanic, but instead of their slavery just being used for, like, ritual stuff... Oh, that's so good! Plus 30 AP. I really want Chaos Dwarves to be able to use their... mechanic, their slaves. I want them to use it to do stuff like, having a brain fart. Creating weapons and like super regiments of renown and all sorts of like crazy stuff like that. That's what I really want to see. Is I want the Chaos Dwarves able to like manufacture demon weapons. Or, like, the way they create powerful weapons, like hell cannons and stuff, is by upgrading that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, we do need to go after Malice to make sure he gets put down. And stay dead. Nice. Oh, I can get Arcane Vassal. Nice. Nice. Oh, I've unlocked Pokopak. Let's trade out. Let's trade out 1 unit of red-crested skinks. And then I can actually trade out. Let's trade out a unit of chameleon skinks for the Razordons. Let me join your war to make you happy. Was Archaon on horseback or infantry? Archaon rides Dorger. Dorger's not technically a horse. He's a demonic steed. He's notably larger than a horse. Total War Warhammer has a problem right now where all of the Chaos mounts are generally too small. Like the Chaos steeds should be notably larger, and the Chaos and the demonic steeds, which right now Archaon's the only one who has a demonic steed. Hopefully they'll add more demonic steeds in at some point, because demonic steeds are like not that uncommon. They pop up pretty frequently. But hopefully we'll get more demonic steeds. But the big thing with demonic steeds is that they're big. Like they are monstrous cavalry size, not cavalry size. So like Dorger should be at least the size of the Great Stags, but he should be notably larger. How many mobile units do Chaos Dwarfs get? Mobile meaning like really fast. The fast things that Chaos Dwarfs have, they have Bull Centaurs, which are pretty fast. They're not super quick, but they're fairly quick. They are a cav-ish. They're like heavy cav. There's also, they have Hobgoblin Wolf Riders, which are basically just Goblin Wolf Riders, but slightly better at close combat and shooting. They're basically the same, though. And then they also have, I am blanking. They also have, a couple of, like, monster-ish things that are really fast. Like, Kadai Destroyers are pretty fast, which are really, really big monsters. They have certain mounts that are really fast, like the Bale Taurus or the Lamasu, which are flying monsters that are super duper scary. Chaos Dwarves have a lot of options. The issue with the Chaos Dwarves that they have, like from a design perspective, is that a lot of their stuff is hardcore elite, so they're very, very limited in numbers. So I imagine they're gonna be limited by how expensive a lot of their stuff is, and probably how small a lot of the like actual Chaos Dwarf units will be. Yeah, they do have an artillery train, like a literal train that drags artillery behind it, which is called a Skull Crusher. Or no, it's called an Iron Demon. You can upgrade it to have a Skull Crusher as an upgrade, but it's called an Iron Demon. They're very nasty. Sure, we can give you a weapon. Here, have the Sword of Battle. Makes you better than nothing. Yeah, you don't need to recruit. You get out of here. Let's take Shattered Stone Isle before we go for Dreadrock, because Dreadrock has a big old boy. It has a big boy garrison. All regions in this province. I kind of want to make this like a pure money area, but let's finish the scrying pool so I at least have like the tech for it. Should Archaon and Dorger be categorized as monstrous cav? Yes, 100%. But they need to make Dorger appropriately heavy and large. Yeah, sure, we could do something like that, T-Virus. Are you talking about, like, for multiplayer, like, in battles? I would love to do something like that. We could definitely set something like that up. Okay, I formed the Rite of Awakening, so I can get the Hand of the Gods. Ooh, gosh, I need to, like, eat food. I just realized that I'm, like, super hungry. I should order something. Grab that so I can get better... I can start repairing the geomantic web. Even though it's not super exciting, it still is like a fairly decent series of upgrades. Grab that, get rid of that so I can start putting a garrison in. Happy holidays, you lore freak. Well, happy holidays to you, you lore addict. If you're here, you have a problem. Radical Heretic, thanks so much for the happy holidays. Happy holidays to you all as well. Whatever it is you're celebrating. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Is that a thing still? That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing. I don't know anybody that celebrates it, but I know it's a thing. Kaboom!
We will make you welcome.
Going to help my high elf buddies. Maintaining the great plan. Let's grab... Ah, there we go. Blade shield. Maybe I'll get smacked less often. It's not a problem. I can quit whenever I like. Doubt. Doubt. Guess I could just order a pizza for lunch. I've been doing pretty good lately, but I can. It's just easy. I'm just gonna get like a boring thin crust. Keep it simple. Dude, I'm so excited for the reveal tomorrow! Ah! They're revealing what the next AOS army is tomorrow, and I'm so excited. I will say, I'm gonna say it now. If they come out tomorrow and say that they're just like, oh, it's Hedonites of Slaanesh, I'm gonna be pissed. They better not do that. I would be legitimately upset if they pulled that. That would be so not okay in my book. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about anything else. Just give me a nice thin crust pizza. That'll be great. No, it's a new book, so with supposedly new models. We already got 2nd edition Seraphon. It's not gonna be Seraphon, though. Weston, if you haven't heard, they are revealing the new Seraphon models for Underworld in February, which is my birthday month. Loremaster about to break some Games Workshop knees. No, it can't be Hedonites. That would be so shitty. Hedonites of Slaanesh already have a 2nd edition book. If they gave them another 2nd edition book, that would be the shittiest thing. Like,
fool things come to raid Clan Nest. Summon tell Gorich to defend Hell Pit.
defend Hell Pit, chat! Man the walls! There's a raid! Spam one of the emotes, I don't know, pick one. Hey, Daniel Peck! Thanks so much for the nice words, dude. And now that you can import models, I would love to make something really cool for the game. How do I go about doing that? Daniel Pack. Okay, so if you want to learn how to import models in the game and like get a lot of experience with that, you want to go... Hold on. I actually know just where to send you because I bother them all the time. Where is it? Here it is. Invite... Yeah, whatever. Generate link. Here you go. Daniel Peck, go there. Join that Discord. That's the modding Discord where they do all their work. Really nice guys. I'm hoping to work with them soon about importing the Blood Bowl 2 Crocs scores into Total War. But I have to get special approval to do it, which I'm waiting until everyone's back from the holidays. Really? Y'all chose the bonk emote? Anticity, thanks for the raid, my dude. You had a short stream. I could have sworn you had just started it. I hope it all went well. And stuff and things.
Another wretched foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Also, Gregory Chaucer, thanks so much for subbing. I appreciate that. Thank you. You sweet boy. Wow, she, like... It's always so funny when, like, the AI... Or, like... if there's one thing they need to add as a quality of life function in Game 3, I really wish when you're attacking someone, it would show you what way they're gonna flee. Like, it would show you what their flee route is. Importing the model from the game directly probably wouldn't fly. Well, yeah, that's kind of the complicated thing about it. Like, I got permission from the Blood Bowl devs to port the Croc score over, but I'm being held up on the Total War side of things. Oh, dude! Daniel, if it was Legion of Osgore, I would lose my shit. If they came out and they're like, hey, a new army, and everyone's like, oh, I wonder what it's gonna be, and they were just like, fucking Chaos Dwarves, I would legitimately lose my shit. Like, that would be such an exciting reveal. God, Chaos Dwarves would be the best thing. That would legit be the best thing that it could possibly be, would be Chaos Dwarves. Personally, I'm hoping it's either gonna be the new Shadow Elves, or it's going to be, or it's like something in that ballpark. Like either the new Shadow Elves, maybe Vampire Pirates. Vampire Pirates would be really cool. A lot of people think Vampire Pirates are coming. Or it could be Legions of Nagash. Legions of Nagash for 2nd edition. Because we are still waiting on a new Death Book. We haven't had a Death Book in a hot minute. Because Ossiarch Bone Reapers came out like, what, a year ago? Year and a half ago? Maybe? I don't know. This year has felt like 1,000 years. So maybe it was not that long ago and my brain's just dumb. Oh, I need to get 3 new units. Okay. Well, let's summon a 2nd generation Slann of some kind. I could do high magic. Minus 50. Let's do a life magic Slann. And then he needs to recruit some stuff. That way I can get the Hand of the Gods. Yeah, Weston's Sammy. Yeah, I'm aware it's like a whole thing. That's why I have to go through a lot of approval stuff to do it. Hopefully do it. Are the Bone Reapers good in AOS? Yes, Ossiarch Bone Reapers are very good in AOS. They're not as good as they were. They got debuffed pretty hard in the summer update, like when they updated all the rules. That being said, they are still extremely competitive. I got enough money. I guess I could start making a 2nd army, couldn't I? Let's make a Lord Kroq army, but let's actually get. I guess we could get started on that. Who should lead Lord Kroq's army? Do y'all think? I don't want a Slann leading it. Do y'all think we should go an Old Blood, a Red Crested Skink, or a Kroq-Gar Ancient? I'll let chat decide. Such is my magnanimity. Skink, Kroq. Old Blood or Crest. Ancients are heresy. Ancients are heresy, that's true. And what is the delay getting to YouTube? It is pretty serious. I need to turn YouTube to very low latency. Do you ever get an email from like a company or some bullshit? Like it's like basically spam, but they use your first name. So you're like, oh god, because it's like directed at you. Do I think we'll see more unique armies like the one led by Drycha? Yes. As long as people continue to have positive reception to it, they'll continue to do stuff. Okay, I'm seeing more Kroq-Gar Ancients than anything else. So we'll do the heresy. Fine, we'll do the heresy. You're all heretics. Oh, we can get a poisonous one. That sounds unreasonable. Why are they heresy? Because Kroq-Gar should not be leading armies. They should be heroes, not lords. I will die on that hill. Proudly. I have a whole video about it. You can find it on the YouTube channel. They should not be lords. It is a heresy of the highest order. Let's get rid of the falafas and get ourselves some other stuff there. Break the book! Yeah, I actually really like the uniqueness of Drycha's army. I hope they do more stuff like that. Like, I would really like to see them maybe go back and take another shot at Archon the Black and Morathi. Well, Morathi they shouldn't touch just yet, but they should touch soon. To make them, like, stand out more. Like, I really want more... Wow, Luther Harkin is dead. That's really surprising. I really want Morathi to get access to Slaanesh demons. And I also want... Archon the Black, I think, should have more undead... Or more vampire count options. I feel like he's kind of bland at the moment. Like, the Hex Race and Ghouls and stuff, they make sense. They're just not that interesting. I'd really like him to get a much higher tier. Like, give him a Mortis engine. Do I think we'll see... if they do Legion of Osgore, do I think it'll be Forge World exclusive? No, I think they're going to pull it away from Forge World. If they do that. At least I hope so. Forge World is so bad. Like, I love them. The books they make are really fun. I just hate their models. They're pretty, but they're a pain in the ass to work with. And they're so expensive. Like, they're just way too expensive. Dude, that's something they have to do for Chaos Dwarfs. When they make Chaos Dwarfs playable, they need to upgrade the Hell Cannon, or at least make the Chaos Dwarf Hell Cannon actually able to attack in close combat. It is such an abomination what they've done to Hell Cannons in this game. Because in Tabletop, Hell Cannons were basically greater demons. Like, they were so scary in close combat. It was legit horrifying to go up against them. What do I need to do for the Hand of the Gods? Oh, just win the battle. Okay, so I need to hurry up here. If the next DLC features dwarves, which it almost certainly won't, what do I think the new units would be? I think dwarves need 2 more Lord packs at minimum. I want a rune themed, like a runic themed DLC, and I want a Slayer themed DLC. I want the runic themed DLC to be about shard dragons, runic golems, or sorry, not a Slayer DLC, an Engineer DLC. For the rune, like the Rune Slayer DLC, I want Thoric Ironbrow with a Anvil of Doom and Rune rework. I want a Dragon Slayer.
You bring token trinket to give you fraught. Yes. Good. I accept your offering. Follow the clan.
I want Thoric Ironbrow with Demon Slayer Lord, Dragon Slayer Hero, full rework for the Anvil of Doom. The fuck was that? That was Throt the Unclean letting me know somebody donated money. I'll check that out in a second. Tipped. Then for units, I want the Shard Dragon, Doom Seekers, which are like whip chain wielding slayers that are good against like mass hordes, and Runic Golems. If it was a Engineer DLC, I would want Grimlock Burlixon, or Grim Burlixon, with Engineer Guildmasters as a new Lord choice. And then for a hero choice with him, I would want Priestesses of Valea, which would be like female dwarf heroes that would be like really support heavy. And then for new units, I would want the Goblin Hewer, which is a mass speed axe thrower war machine. The Thunder Barge, which are giant war zeppelins. And I'm forgetting something. Some other kind of shooting thing. I could see like a Drake Fire pistol unit, or miners with steam drills. That could be really cool. A lot of stuff. Shard Dragon is heresy? You're heresy. Awohi, thanks for the tip. Here's the tip for the holiday stream. Could the geomantic web ever get corrupted? Theoretically, it's possible, but it's such like a massive amount of energy that corrupting it would require a ritual of insane size. And at that point, you just destroy the planet. Like, if you ever did that, it would just be immediate game over. As for the second part of your question, Mazda Mundi was not the one who shifted the tectonic plates. The Slaawn who shifted the tectonic plates was Lord Quex. And the reason that Lord Quex shifted the plates was not to destroy the Dwarf Empire. It was because when he looked at the plaques, the sacred plaques, and he meditated upon like the current shape of the continents, he realized that the continents were not in the right position. So he had an argument with all the other Slaawn about whether or not they should do anything about it, and he ended up winning and shifted the continents, which was the correct thing to do, because what it actually ended up doing is it caused a earthquake in Skaven Blight, which is, you know, the capital of Skavendom. And in Skaven Blight, they had actually constructed a doomsday device that was somehow, I don't remember the exact specifics, but it was going to either destroy the planet or turn everybody into Skaven, one of the two. But it was going to basically destroy the planet. And so he, by shifting the continents, it caused that doomsday engine to accidentally explode. So it exploded, incinerating most of Skaven Blight and wiping out most of the Skaven. But it saved the world from that. But the explosion of the doomsday device was so big that not only did it almost wipe out Skaven Blight, but there's a fault line that runs underneath Skaven Blight, and it shifted because the explosion was so big. So the continents, the tectonic plates moved a little bit because of the Slaawn, but the Slaawn were really careful not to move it so much that it would disrupt the Dwarf Empire. But then the Skaven doomsday device blew up, and that shifted the continents more than they were supposed to move. So it moved too much, and that explosion is what caused all of the massive cataclysms in the Dwarf Empire. So there you go. How often do Skaven threaten the world? Like an actual global issue? Not that often. The Skaven are generally too busy backstabbing each other to genuinely be like a global threat. They kind of keep themselves naturally in check. That being said, they have been very problematic from time to time. That's a fully upgraded garrison laser. Hurry. Hustle, 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 hustle. Normally, we can be a little more relaxed about it, but that's actually kind of dangerous. To get close, I'd rather be shot than get lasered. Ooh, this is gonna get ugly. This is gonna get really ugly. Let's go, people! Oh my. Climb! Okay, all the towers made it, so that's a pleasant surprise. Well, get your booties over here. We're going up! We're going up! Hasn't gone in the book? Well, the dwarves don't know what caused the earthquakes. The dwarves are not aware of the fact that the Lizardmen and the Skaven caused the Age of Woe. That's unknown information to them. Shut down those archers! Do you have poison melee attacks? Yes, you do. Get in here. I gave you very explicit orders! Dude, attack! Fucking go! Why is no one attacking these guys? Good grief. There's like an invisible barrier here or something. Capture that gate. There's something weird going on with the couple of things. Alright, the gate is ours. Yeah, I just can't get to these guys. You see that? They just can't get up here. I'll have to save this replay. I want those war machines offline! Well, that was a fight. I'll give it that much. Gregory, I was thinking of getting into AOS with Nighthaunt. I highly approve. What is your army composition? What's your opinion on the Black Coach and the Morgul in such an army? The Black Coach is amazing. I could not recommend the Black Coach enough, Gregory. I love my Black Coach. The Morgul is decent, but it's really expensive from a points perspective for what it does. Like, it can be good, but, like, if you're gonna run a Morgul, you're probably better off running, like, Legions of Nagash, and then running, like, Neferata with a Morgul. Neferata with a Morgul is, like, fucking ridiculous. She makes a Morgul into, like, one of the scariest things in the game. But, yeah, for most, I would say that you're better off focusing, if you're wanting to run pure Nighthaunt and not Legions of Nagash, then I would probably focus on the big thing you're gonna need is you're gonna need Lady Ollander. You have to have Lady Ollander, at least in my opinion. I'm sure not everyone would agree with that, but I think Lady Ollander is a must. She is super duper strong and is also just really fun. The big thing you're gonna need are Blade Geists, Grimghast Reapers, and so many Chain Rasps. You want at least 40 Chain Rasps, but you could easily get away with running up to 80 of them, which sucks because they're a really expensive unit, like cash-wise. Do I think Cetra will show up in AOS? No, unfortunately. I think Cetra they're just gonna save for when they do the Return to the Old World next year, which supposedly we're gonna be hearing something about that pretty soon. Like we're supposed to be hearing about Warhammer the Old World sometime in January, like an update about it. So hopefully that'll be the case and we get to enjoy that soon. Do I think Cetra should be unbreakable on his chariot only? Like, no. I think Cetra, like, he's undead. He should have the normal undead rules on all of his mounts. But I do think his chariot should be buffed so that it's just better. Like, it should just be flat out better than the Cimmerian War Sphinx. Alright, next up we're up against the Skaven of Clan Eshin. Do I think any other Lizardman characters will return to AOS? Well, we already have Lord Kroq back, which is weird. Lord Kroq is like the #1 character I would not have brought back, but like I felt like he was like his story was told very well in fantasy, and he should have been like allowed to like retire. But nope, they brought him back. So he's around. Oh yeah, this mission. So, you know, there's that whole thing. But generally I would say I would very much like Kroq-Gar to come back, and I would like Tehennewin to come back. Will the old world news still be focused on Kislev? I don't know. I don't know the future. Am I using any battalions? Yeah, Gregory. I use the battalion. That's the 2 units of Chain Rasps with the Guardian of Souls. I forget what it's called. That one is amazing. And I also use the battalion that is the units of Blade Geist Reapers with a Knight of Shrouds, because that one's pretty good because it gives them a 5-up feel no pain. Why is Age of Sigmar not as popular as OG Warhammer? I would argue that Age of Sigmar, from like a pure sales perspective, is more popular than Fantasy by the end of Fantasy. Fantasy had a lot of problems near the end, which, in my opinion, could have been solved. But, you know, we are where we are. Yeah, whatever. I still find it funny that they left that cinematic in. Like, it's a neat cinematic, but it's weird when, like, you get that cinematic and then it's, like, not the army that you're used to play, like, you're actually using. Like, I don't have Grymloq yet, even though that cinematic definitely showed me with Grymloq. Alright, go kill everything. Yeah, fantasy was amazing, but it had a lot of design flaws in 8th edition because Games Workshop cared way more about money than they did about making like a good game, which is a stupid thing because if you want to make money, you need to make a good game. Like, people aren't gonna buy your game or your models if like it has a ton of issues and is predatory towards players. Like, that's not how that works. And Games Workshop just didn't understand that. They just kept looking at their game and were like, oh, I don't understand why people aren't buying this game that flip-flops every edition so hard that whatever was good last edition is total shit in the next edition, therefore, like, rendering all of your purchases useless. Why don't gamers make sense? Like, they were super dumb. Do I think CA could pull off 40k? Yes. Especially because, dude, did y'all see that Creative Assembly hired one of the big authors for the Horus Heresy? They hired one of the really well liked Horus Heresy authors. He flat out left. He flat out left Games Workshop to go work on Creative Assembly, which is hilarious to me. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this other stuff. Yeah, AOS is now good, but AOS started crap. You think a 40k Total War would not go well? I don't see any evidence why that would be the case. Like the only moderate, like the only possible argument, right, is that like, oh, well, they don't know how to do futuristic stuff. But it's like, well, they didn't know how to do fantasy stuff before Total War, and Total War's fucking amazing. Why could they not just learn a new skill set? Right? Like, it's not that hard. Like, yeah, sure, there might be some growing pains when it first comes out, but, you know, they'll adjust. Total War 1 was an absolute sack... Total War Warhammer 1 was an absolute sack of garbage compared to Total War Warhammer 2. But, you know, they figured it out. Like, I just haven't seen a compelling argument for why 40k would be so difficult. Was 2 when Warhammer got redeemed, or was it during one of the DLC? No, 2 was really messy. Warhammer 2 had the messiest release. It was super messy. Like, it had a lot of problems that a lot of people I don't think remember anymore, because, like, Warhammer 2 is really good now. I would say Warhammer 2 got really good around, like, the Tomb Kings coming out. Like, prior to the Tomb Kings, though, there was a lot of problems. Like, Norska was, like, the big incentive to pre-order the game, and then Norska just wasn't in the game because they screwed up. It was really weird. Like, they made a lot of really bad decisions leading into Warhammer 2 that caused a just hysterical amount of issues. Like, it was embarrassing. They caught a lot of shit for it, and they deserved all of it. Because they screwed up so bad. It was difficult to fathom how they could have messed up as bad as they did. Because just nobody in their office double-checked a couple things. And it led to some just absolutely heinous design flaws in the game. It was a pretty big oopsie. Like, if you only recently started playing Total War or Total War Warhammer, be glad you missed out on that. It was not good. Yeah, Mortal Empires got delayed by, like... man, it's hard to even remember now. I can't remember if Mortal Empires got delayed or if it was just that Mortal Empires was so trash that nobody played it because it was just so bad for months. But it took them a really long time to even get Norska into the game. There are a bunch of memes about it. If you go look on, like, Total War related YouTube channels, you can still find a bunch of meme videos, especially on the more comedy focused channels regarding the whole incident. Doing this without Grymloq sucks. Because Kroq-Gar is just so slow. Kill the wizards! Especially because there's all these asshole swordmasters. Kroxigors! Splat swordmasters. What do I think of the Warhammer Tabletop RPG? I think 2nd edition was really, really good, but the combat is super tedious. 1st edition is just way too old, and it's just like everything about it is really out of date and doesn't really work, in my opinion, anymore. I think 3rd edition was weird. I didn't really play it because it was more like a board game. It was very odd. It had way too many dice. 4th edition, I think, is amazing. But the newest book apparently has, like, the newest book they just released for 4th edition has some really bad lore. Like, it's really wildly inaccurate, crazy bullshit. Because for some reason they decided that instead of just doing the Warhammer Fantasy that is really popular right now, which is, like, the modern edition or 8th edition, and trying to, like, bring that up to speed and introduce everyone to the setting and expand it to where everybody loves it, they, instead did stuff where they, like, tried to fuse it with the older editions. Excuse me for just a sec, guys. Yeah. Give me just a sec, guys. My food's here. I gotta go. I'm gonna go grab it. Sit tight. Just enjoy some sweet Lizardman music. Fear not, chat, I have returned. Oh, goodness. Don't leave, I have crippling abandonment issues. Well, then let's work on your abandonment issues by me leaving and coming back. So that way you know that I will always return. Why would Hyos take a Lizardman city? Well, the narrative behind that isn't that they were taking a city. It's that they found a abandoned temple, essentially, that the Lizardmen were watching. Grymloq! They found a temple that the Lizardmen were not actively occupying, and they started activating it because they were like, "Oh, this will be a great idea. let's meddle with powers we don't understand." And the Lizardmen were like, "Hey, don't touch that because you could literally destroy the entire planet." Basically, the Hyos are being too arrogant, trying to save the world, and the Lizardmen were like, "Please stop touching shit that you don't know how it works because you're making our life really hard." Okay, I gotta eat. I'm freaking starving. Woo! That is hot and fresh. So here's a random question for anyone in chat. This is a me thing. I'm just curious if anyone else does it. Does anyone else in here like genuinely dislike if their food is like outrageously hot? Like, I like my food to be like, if I order a pizza, I wish they would like stick it in a freezer for like 10 seconds before bringing it, because they show up and it's like it's so hot I can't eat it, right? So I gotta wait for it to cool off, and it's like, ugh. Like, I want you to cook it properly and then cool it off a little bit and then give it to me. I'm just gonna hold it in front of my air conditioning fan. I read about children of Ulrich from Troll Slayer, but nothing is explained about them in the story. Do I know what they are? The children of Ulrich are... They are... You can kind of think of them as, like, natural werewolves. They are individuals who kind of... They have the blessing of Ulrich in their blood. So they are his children in a very religious and physical sense. And they have the ability to shapeshift into, essentially, wolves. If you actually want to read about another child of Ulrich, Dominic, you can pick up the Black Plague Trilogy. The Black Plague Trilogy follows the Skaven invasion of the Empire amidst the Black Plague that they created, and it has a child of Ulrich as one of the characters. They're not skinwolves. They're very different from skinwolves. Skinwolves are more traditional werewolves in the sense that they like have no control over it, and it's like a curse that drives them into like a frenzy. Children of Ulrich are not frenzied monsters. They are very intelligent and capable of controlling their power. They are not like the let's get rid of this Bastillodon so I can get a Carnosaur. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Oh, that's crunchy. Is there a legendary Lord Skinwolf? Not really. There is a kind of legendary Lord Werebear. I don't think they would call him a skin bear, but he's more part of the older lore, but he does exist. Yeah, Bjorg Bearstruck. He can turn into a bear. Are they? Yeah, the children of Ulrich are very isolationist. They don't like people because they're hunted. They're considered mutants, and the cult of Ulrich hates them. Oh my gosh, the cult of Ulrich hates the children of Ulrich. They do not get along. Is it possible to confederate Nakai? Yes. You can confederate Nakai as any of the Lizardmen factions. The green screen makes the pizza look moldy. Well, luckily I'm the one eating it, so it doesn't matter. Sorry, Thomas. Why do they hate the children of Ulrich? Because when your religion is very much about, like, the purity of men and, like, winter and all this stuff, it kind of looks bad when a creature claiming to be, like, the physical embodiment and, like, the most pure expression of your god is a metamorphosizing monster thing that also does not agree with your religion and, like, speaks out against you. Like, the children of Ulrich are, like, genuinely the true children of Ulrich, but they disagree with the cult on a lot of things, and basically the cult does not like them because they view them as a threat to their like, authority. Would I like to see children of Ulrich in the game? Yeah, it could be cool. Has Ariel ever fought against Khazrak? No. Khazrak is too busy messing with humans. Like, I don't think Khazrak's ever left the Drakkwald. He just runs around the Drakkwald being an asshole. What missing units do I want to see for the Lizardmen? Kodals. And Troglodons. What are my thoughts on a Moonclaw versus Teto Echo DLC? It would be fun, but I think it's very unlikely. I like the moon theme you've got going there, though. Why does Ariel love Franz so much to give him a griffin? It wasn't Ariel's decision, per se. It was more of a... It was a token of friendship because Franz very much impressed them. And also helped them slay a massive horde of Minotaurs. When I see Kodals as heroes, or I would see them as a single entity flyer that could be used as a mount, maybe by like a new skink lord. No Thunder Lizard? Nah. I feel like if you put the Thunder Lizard in the game, it would just, like, steal the Dreadsaurian's thunder. Heh. Could I explain how Zotes are made? Yep, old ones. There you go. That's your explanation. Any races not in 1 or 2 I'm hoping for in 3? The only race that's not in 1 or 2 that I want to see in 3, but I don't think is likely, is the Southern Realms. No, the Zotes are a creature of the Old Ones. The Old Ones made them. We know so little about them, though, it's like, it's painful. Do the Old Ones ruin everything? Eh. Depends on how you define ruin. Are Laurelorn forests... The Laurelorn elves are wood elves. You could kind of think of them as like a... The Laurelorn elves are essentially like an outpost of Athelloren. They've been there for a really long time. Who came first, old ones or the gods? The old ones. The old ones came before everybody. They're the oldest thing we know of in the Warhammer universe. When they showed up on the planet, there were some things kind of running around. Like, Kolek Suneater was running around, a lot of the dragons were running around. The Thymir were already there, a bunch of that stuff. The old ones are, like, impossibly ancient. Why do Zotes look like dragon ogres? I don't know. You'd have to ask whoever designed them at Games Workshop back in, like, 1990. Good coffee, Joey. Are you wanting just, like, a random thing about ghouls? Do lizardmen communicate well with humans? They can. Skinks are able to speak virtually any language. Skinks are very, very good at learning languages. And Slon just telepath you. Like, Slons will just show up in your head and, like, show you series of images and stuff. So it's usually pretty difficult for a Slon not to... Why are you all just saying ghouls? What is happening? News on the Queek video? Stay tuned. Could Grimgor beat Throt? Yes. Land for Delhi, that's a rule from 6th edition. That is not still a thing. That being said, in most games that you're playing, if Lord Kroq dies, you're probably fucked. Could Cetra beat Malekith? Yeah, I think so. Malekith generally does not like when people use fire stuff against him. It brings back really bad memories. And Cetra literally wields, like, the power of the sun in a sword. What's my favorite fact about the undead? My favorite fact about the undead. That's a tough one. Could Cetra beat Morgar? Cetra would body Morgar. Morgar would get absolutely slapped by Cetra. Favorite undead fact. I think my favorite undead fact is that when the Tomb Kings were resurrected, the first thing they did was literally devolve immediately into a giant civil war, because you had thousands of years worth of kings who all thought they were literally like the best shit since sliced bread and were like basically demigods, all woke up at the same time right next to each other, and they all looked at each other, and one of them was like, okay, this is my house, and then everyone else was like, no, fuck you, this is my house, and it literally led into one of the most devastating wars of the dead that's ever been seen. Are there Dark Elf male wizards? There used to be, but Malekith had them all wiped out. The only remaining Dark Elf male wizards are the Doomfire Warlocks. What made all the Tomb Kings wake up? Nagash's ritual to kill all the undead, to kill Nagash's ritual, which was supposed to resurrect all of the world's undead under his fist, and then it was supposed to kill everything that was alive on the planet. But because of a lot of the natural defenses the Tomb Kings had placed on them due to the mortuary cult, they kind of just woke up, but they were still in control of themselves. How sentient are ghouls? In fantasy, they're pretty sentient. They're nasty little scavengers. In AOS, they're completely out of their fucking minds. Talos, thanks so much for the tip, my dude. Do I think that dwarves or chaos should have settlements in Total War Warhammer 3? I do not think that chaos should be able... Well, okay.
You bring a token trinket to give to Throt. Yes, yes. Good, good. I accept your offering for Mulder Clan.
I think chaos should be able to create chaos fortresses or, like, keeps, but they should only be able to create them in, like, specific places. Did the ritual of Nagash fail? Oh, no, the ritual was going great until Nagash got his hand chopped off and carved up. Because somebody stabbed him a bunch. Is Morgr strong enough to defeat a greater demon? He can. Yeah. The lore version of Morgr, yeah. Does the Skink Priest of Heaven's description? What? I can't look at it. I mean, there is a Skink Oracle. I mean, there's actually, technically, there's a couple of oracles. But yeah, there are Skink Oracles. How fast would Cetra body Morgr? Well, Morgr's big thing is that he can regenerate from just about anything. But he can't regenerate from fire. And Cetra has one of the scariest motherfucking fire swords in the entire Warhammer universe. So I would say pretty fucking fast. Would Chaos win in the end times without the help of the Skaven? Eventually, probably, but it would have taken them so much longer. Is it possible we could have new Zotes lore? Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. What's the Chaos Dwarves role in AOS? Mainly right now, the Legions of Osgore slash the Chaos Dwarves, they are the, like, they run all of the forges under Archaon. So, like, they have, like, a bunch of giant smith fortress castle things that forge the weapons and armor for his armies. And they hang out in the 8 points for the most part. Could Grimgor beat 2 Grimgors in a fight? I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think that's beyond my skill level as a lore person to be able to answer. Which monsters has Marcus killed? Wolfhard has killed a giant. I know he's killed a giant, a Cygor, a Gorgon. He's killed a Doomfire dragon, which that was a big fucking thing to kill. That was an Emperor class dragon. He had to shoot in the heart 3 times, but he killed it. Wolfhard has a pretty impressive kill count. He killed Tarx the Brass Bull in the end times. "10 giant Grimgors or 100 tiny Grimgors?" I would rather fight 10 giant Grimcores. That way I could just get it over with. My death would be faster. Hammond, I'll think about it. Hey, Wiggle, thanks so much. What am I most excited for that's upcoming in AOS? The next Broken Realms book. I really hope we hear about it soon. I want to know what it is. Well, Mr. Frog, the problem is if Chaos wins, the setting blows up. Peter, if I could have any hero added to the game out of my own selfish desire, I would want it to be Chocox.
Another wretched, foul lizard thing joins the red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Good Coffee Joey, thanks for keeping your sub going. I appreciate it. Sorry that I'm just kind of sitting here eating. I hope this is okay. Lewin versus Karl Franz. I did a who would win about that, but honest, I think it would go to Lewin. Or no. Did I say Franz or Lewin? I don't remember. Right now, I would say Lewin, but I think my opinion on that changes from time to time. Do you think the new Battle Tome is going to be Slaanesh? No, because the Hedonites Knights of Slaanesh already have a 2nd edition book. They literally got a 2nd edition book less than a year ago. Mukbang? I don't even know what that is. Who would win between Teclis and Kairos? Ugh. That's a really hard one. I would think I would think that Kairos would win, but that'd be tough. What I think the new Battle Tome could be? My money's on either Vampire Pirates or Shadow Elves. Teclis, because Teclis does not get an Arcane Phoenix in my matchups, because that's not lore accurate. He wouldn't even get a horse. My face isn't more accurate? That's probably fair. Okay. Lunch break over. Archaon versus Abaddon? I'm too biased to answer that. I think Archaon would body Abaddon, but that's just... I also barely know anything about Abaddon. What did Sigmar do to Krell to permakill him? He just kind of killed him. Stretch. Who will be the next Beastman DLC Lord? Probably Tarx. Tarx the Brass Bull, he is literally like a giant... He's literally just a massive Minotaur who's made out of brass. Like, he's a colossal... He's a big old juggernaut with like lots of brass and fire. He's a badass. I love Tarx. He's great. So it looks like I lost a Saurus unit and some requested skates. Okay. Katerin the Ice Queen versus Nyeth the Prophetess. I'd probably go with Katerin. Nyeth is more of a really, really gifted seer than she is necessarily a really powerful combatant.
You bring token trinket to Frog. Yes. Good. I accept your offering for Molder Clan.
Thank you for the tip, Daniel Martin. What was Teclis' introduction to the Slaanesh that made him realize they were stronger than the elves at magic? The only time Teclis really bumps into the Slaanesh is Teclis runs into them during the Tyrion and Teclis trilogy. It's at the start of the second book. So they're old, like they're not quite at their prime, but they're like, you know, Teclis is reasonably powerful by that point. And Teclis basically senses a Slaanesh, and he is scared shitless of that Slaanesh. For good reason. I mean, Slaanesh are just, they're fucking ridiculous. I mean, he literally senses it and basically tells his brother, like, we cannot allow this guy to notice us, or we are absolutely dead. Oh, okay. So this is what you were asking about in the Skink Priest thing. Yeah, the Beholder. That's almost assuredly Teto Echo. Yeah. Teto Echo is the most powerful Skink Priest there is. He's a really powerful Skink Priest on a palanquin who lives in the city of Tloxlon. And he's a really cool character. He does a lot of fun stuff. Throws a lot of meteors at people. Who would win in TWW versus the Prophet of Sotek? Tehenwan would probably kill TWW. Because Tehenwan is a good enough wizard that he could easily go toe-to-toe with TWW. But he is a way better combatant. If Tzeentch made all magic... Tzeentch did not make magic. Tzeentch is kind of like the embodiment of magic, but he did not create it. You could think of him as a manifestation of it. We'll go get Lord Kroq next turn. Who would win, Orion or Sigmar? Honestly, I would probably see... Sigmar would probably beat Orion, unless it was like a really powerful incarnation. Are Lizardmen outright violent towards every other race? It depends on the race. Lizardmen, a lot of the time, will, like, observe and kind of, like, watch you before committing to attack and destroy. Like, they will try... the Lizardmen try to leave people alone and, like, give them the benefit of the doubt a lot of the time, unless it's a race that they just immediately perceive as a threat. Like the forces of chaos or things like that. Like regular ass humans or high elves or dwarves, like creatures that are part of the Great Plan and have sometimes been okay, the Lizardmen will generally like kind of watch and wait before making a decision. A lot of the time though, they'll kill you. But
Lord Kroq will be an invaluable ally in the fulfillment of the Great Plan, but his worldly relics are in imminent danger. The Skaven approach Kroq-Gar. Prepare yourself. While Kroq's force field provides him with some protection, the awakening process leaves him vulnerable to attack. It is imperative that you defend him until he has fully risen from his slumber.
Alright. Let's kill some rats. Kind of wish I had a whole bunch. I wish I had some Bastilled on Solar Engines right now, but I don't, so we'll make do. Is there a famous battle between the Lizardmen and the Beastmen? I wouldn't say there's any, like, super famous battles, but, I mean, they, you know, they have fought many times. There's not really much of a Beastman presence in Lustria. Lustria is one of the few places where, like, there's just not a lot of Beastmen. So, generally, they rely on, the only time Beastmen invade is usually as part of, like, a larger horde coming down from Nagaroth. I wish they would shoot the center of a unit instead of like the very tippy side. Alright, that's a little better. Colton Bunton, Tyrion with the Sword of Cain was like one of the strongest characters in fantasy at that time. There were very few characters that would have been able to beat him in a fair fight. I think a lot of those characters would have had the ability to wound him or hold him off, but beat him, probably not. The Sword of Cain is just steroids. I think it's a little more dangerous than steroids, but there is some commonality there. Shiro, I'm sorry to hear that you're, having a hard time, my dude. Hope things get better for you, man. Yeah, I forgot there's like an assload of Eshin with this swarm. I hate Eshin units. I hate them so much. They're so annoying. What? How did that miss? It's supposed to be like a heat-seeking missile and it fucking missed? Oh, that's a load of bullshit. Bullshit, I say! Oh god, evasive action. Yeah, y'all can just... I hate Klein Scryer. So annoying. Oh, this battle is so annoying. Wow, the Hand of the Gods, like, fucking sucks. What is happening? Is it a new bug? It might be a bug. It just seems like the calibration, or like the way it aims is completely backwards. I mean, it's literally supposed to be a heat-seeking missile, and it's just not connecting. yeah, my gold ones are doing nothing. Where are they? They're like way over there. There's honestly not too much of a battle left. Everything's pretty much wrapped up, but... There we go. Hey, Asher Champion, how's it going? Oh, gosh. Oh. What would happen if a Snotling got the Sword of Cain? I think the energies of the Sword of Cain would just cause the Snotling to, like, explode. If I had to guess. Does Hatchet exist in AOS? I honestly don't know. I've not seen him brought up in AOS. Lord Kroq! You spawned in the wrong area, but that's okay. Go on and head on home. Do any of the other races acknowledge the existence of the Old Ones, yet still pray to their own gods that they will into existence? The High Elves do. The High Elves are keenly aware of the Old Ones, and they understand that, like, the idea of the Old Ones existing simultaneous with their own gods is very contradictory, but the Elves kind of hand-wave it. Like, they have this whole thing where they're like, well, it's not actually contradictory if you understand the way the universe works or some bullshit. But of course, they don't actually explain it. They just like... They just kind of pull the whole idea of, like... You know the concept where someone's like, someone doesn't know something? So, and you ask them, like, hey, do you know what this thing is? And they're like, of course I know what that thing is. Do you know what that thing is? And they're trying to, like, get you to say it. It's basically that situation. What difficulty am I playing? I think this is very hard. Maybe hard, one of those. Just having fun. Any predictions as to what the faction names for each Beastman Lord will be? Should CA go in that direction? No. Not at this time. I kind of want pterodons. Because I kind of want to start moving this army towards being, like, speed-focused. We're not quite ready yet. Nearly there. Am I Nurgle's scion? I don't think so. I mean, I like Nurgle. Which nation lives for the longest or keeps the best records? When it comes to, like, keeping historical record, I would say the best race is probably the High Elves. The High Elves are really, really good at keeping history. The Lizardmen are pretty good at it, but the Lizardmen also have a nasty habit of getting their shit stolen from them. Which I'm sure is pretty damn annoying. Trying to mind your own damn business, making records and stuff, and people just keep stealing shit. Will I do a Q&A for the Dark Elves like I did for the Ogres on YouTube? Eventually, yes. The Book of Grudges counts as history? Yeah, that's true. The dwarves do have yeah, I guess I would honestly say the dwarves are probably the best at keeping history. That's a good point. That's a good point. Just grab a unit of Commander's Kings and be on our way. I lied, make it pterodons. Do I think the next DLC will be Tarx versus Thoric Ironbrow? AVP Extreme, I honestly think that they're probably going to do what they just did. So it's probably going to be Beastmen versus a base Game 2 race. So I think it's either going to be versus Dark Elves or versus Lizardmen. Oh gosh, I'm running out of money. We'll get Kroq-Gar topped up, and then we'll go from there. Oh my goodness, Dosik, look at that puppy. Oh, sweet baby. Greenskins. My favorite. Man, I really hope they give us a Kroq-Gar hero the next time they do Lizardman stuff. Like, we have the ancient Kroq-Gar, just gonna have to deal with it now, but I really hope we get a hero version. I really want to be able to just run an all Kroq-Gar army with Nakai, and I can't really do that right now because there's no Kroq-Gar hero, which is dumb. How long have we been streaming? Okay. Do vampire nations have any history with the Lizardmen or tribes of ogres, or are they too far? Well, vampires are everywhere. I mean, like, the Lizardmen have a lot of interaction with vampires because of the whole vampire coast. Which causes them no small amount of problems. And then beyond the vampire coast, you have... a lot of vampires like to invade places like Lustria to try and get their hands on, like, secret knowledge and stuff like that. Which is super annoying for everyone else involved in the situation. But, vampires and ogres have fought a surprising amount of time. They just kind of run into each other. But vampires are basically everywhere. You can safely assume that there is a vampire on every continent. Up to something. They might be quiet about it, but they're out there. Do any of the other races understand the Lizardman's language? I imagine there are probably some High Elf scholars that are decent at it. And I would not be surprised if there are demons that can understand it. That can trade insults or whatever with the Lizardmen. But it's certainly not like a super common thing.
What would you have of me? No. Indeed.
How long before Queek gets Skarsnik's ass on his rack? Well, honestly, I think if the war for 8 peaks had been allowed to just go on in a bubble, I think Skarsnik honestly had the best chance of winning. It would I think either Skarsnik or Belagar would have won the war. I don't think Queek really ever had a hope of actually winning the war. He gets too easily distracted. Can I speak the mother tongue, Saurian? Not in any way that I would be willing to show off or be proud of, no. I can understand it surprisingly well, and I'm hoping to actually get like an official translation here in the near future, share with the community, but we're not quite there yet. Okay, let's get Extinguish the Greenskins. And... oh, Honored Elder. Yes, I love Honored Elder. That's a really, really good one. You just kind of hang out there for a minute. Balk! Balk! Yeah. Hey, Roger. Roger, I appreciate that. Thank you. And happy holidays to everyone in chat. If y'all weren't here earlier, I just want to wish you all a very happy holidays. I hope you're all doing well and you're safe and doing what you can to just hang in there and survive and whatever, you know. I know it's been a trying year for a lot of us, and I hope you're all hanging in there okay. "2020 has definitely been a whole thing." That's a zombie dragon.
Cease.
I'm so excited for Christmas tomorrow. I just like being able to give my family presents. That's my whole thing. Is that, like, I really don't give a shit about what I get. I just really like the people that I got stuff for being able to, like, finally see what I got them. And hopefully be very excited about it. Brings me a lot of joy. AV Beck Stream, I think that's a reasonable one. Merry Festag. Well, seeing as Festag was created by a British company, shouldn't it be Happy Festag? Because don't they say Happy Christmas over in England, not Merry Christmas? Badayo, I read that completely wrong the first time I saw it. I thought, when my eyes just scanned your comment, I thought you said, I got my girlfriend a pink sandwich. And I was like, what? A pink switch. Oh! Yes, that makes much more sense. It seems like a very nice gift. I was sitting there like, what the fuck is a pink sandwich? You don't say that? Oh, American media has lied to me. What a surprise. You mean everything I see about Brits on American TV is not accurate? What? No, Lizardman, a Switch is a gaming console. You know, like the Nintendo console? Do the Dawi have a form of Christmas? I don't believe so. Most Dawi's holidays revolve around, like, settling grudges and stuff. Nice. The Patriot. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that American media is a more accurate representation of Brits than British media. Just saying. Rip. Okay, let's make our way for Flayed Rock. Were there any more dinos in the Southlands? There's a lot of Lizardmen in the Southlands. The Lizardmen have a very significant presence down there. What do I want to build in Teotihuacan? I guess we can make it more about, like, money than our other places. Yeah, Temple of the Old Ones start. Does anyone know what is the Great Plan? No. A lot of Slans spend a truly staggering amount of time just trying to figure it out. Sisters of Slaughter versus Sisters of Silence? Well, I gotta go with Sisters of Slaughter. Is Tic-Tac-Toe where he should be? Not really. None of the Lizardmen special characters are really from the Southlands. I mean, they absolutely could get sent over there, but all of the Lizardmen stuff is from the Lustrian Lizardmen, not the Southlands Lizardmen. Do lizards make literally everything out of rocks? No, most of the time their preferred material for like weapons and stuff is obsidian, or they have like a unique form of it. The Lizardmen fight Norska. They can. It's a bit of an undertaking, but they can do it. I'm not going to worry about an ancient Stegodon just yet. Level 5 Dread Rock. Do any of the Lizardmen have the ability to climb walls like geckos? Chameleon skinks do, yes. We got a military alliance with Khalida. Nice. Are there any Chaos Lizardmen? No. Who's the most hated enemy of the Lizardmen and why? Demons of Chaos. Demons of Chaos and the Lizardmen have a hatred going back many thousands of years. Because the demons were the ones that spawned into existence and wiped out the old ones. You know, the gods of the Lizardmen. Who the Lizardmen loved as much as they can love anything. They were very upset when their gods died. Or vanished. Let's go ahead and grab Annihilate the Beastmen just to have it. And then let's get it, take another point in Swift Rider. Let's get magic resistance. Man, if there's one thing I really want them to do in this game, they need to make a big... They need to design a difference between magic resistance and spell resistance. Those should not be the same thing. Hello, Skaven. Holy crap, he's strength rank 5? Sounds like we're in for a fight then. Give me them upgrades. Do Lizardmen ever use bows? Southlands Lizardmen did. Southlands Lizardmen, the skinks, use short bows. Are Sotek and Dracothian the same entity? No. Both Sotek and Dracothian are what are considered like zodiacal god beasts, which means they're like the strongest version. But they are not the same thing. They're not the same entity. They are different entities. The Temple of Skulls, sure. Just gonna blow up a bunch of orc stuff. Go hunt later. Let's get that finished. We're just gonna keep assaulting Granite Massive. At least at the moment. Get Kroq, lots and lots of goodie experience. You can come join our army. So something needs to be built like important buildings, but can't because of a lack of forces, a lack of individuals. Would the Saurus help in any way? Probably not. That's the Lizardmen are pretty strict about their caste system and like who does what. The Saurus do not have like the know-how and the capabilities to be of much use in construction. I mean, they would help if absolutely necessary, like to move stuff around, but that's they do not have. They're not designed for it. How'd the Lizardmen ever survive fighting the Halflings? They didn't. The Halflings completely and utterly obliterated any and everyone that ever came to the Moot. That's how the Moot's still standing. You know, there's your little secret. The Moot is actually the most dangerous place in Warhammer Fantasy. It's even more dangerous than the Chaos Wastes. Yep, that's 100% true. That is not at all a fake fact. That is accurate and honest. Yep. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Can I tell you more about Tarx, the Brass Bull's background? Yeah, so the big thing with Tarx is he wasn't always the Brass Bull. He was originally just like a Doom Bull. But the big thing that happened with Tarx is that he went on this really big rampage where Tarx, as a Doom Bull, basically got so angry and so like greedy for devouring blood that he completely lost himself to his rage. And he ended up going on this massive rampage where he basically just like carved a path of death and destruction from one end of like an entire provincial area to the other. But he was so like coked up essentially on rage that he didn't stop when he ran out of enemies. He kept slaughtering, so he ended up turning on like his own tribe, and he ended up, or his own war herd, and he ended up killing all of the minotaurs and everything in his herd. Like he killed everything until there was like literally nothing left, and he had shed so much gore that there was like a river running through the road that he plowed. And he butchered like tons and tons and tons of people. And at the end of his rage, near the end of his rage, Khorne sent a herald which is like which is a hero level demon. He sent a Herald of Khorne to basically go like congratulate him essentially and be like, hey, you're super awesome, here, have my blessing. But Tarx was so like amped up that instead of being like respectful to this literal envoy of the dark gods themselves, Tarx proceeded to like just lean forward and bit its head off. Like he just murdered it, and he just ripped its head off and ate it. Which made the demon a little upset. So after that, Tarx collapsed into like the river of blood he had created. And while he was down, the blood flowed over him and it remade his body into that of a brass colossus. And that's how Tarx the Brass Bull was born. But because he bit off that demon's head, as kind of a thing about spite, the demon purposefully left a weak point in his armor at the base of his throat. Where if anybody managed to stab him, he would pretty much die instantly. Why didn't he become a Gorgon? Because he didn't eat any of the... He wasn't eating the corpses. He was just killing everything. To become a Gorgon, a Minotaur needs to like be constantly feeding on... It's more of like a gluttony situation when you're creating a Gorgon, as opposed to a rage situation, which is what created him. Oh, great. They've got walls. A lot of greenskins. Who would be a good enemy? I mean, pretty much anybody. Tarx could fight anybody, and it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like... You know, he's not exactly the most discerning when it comes to who he's gonna, like, try and brutally carve up or slaughter. Is there any lore about Zarkan before he possessed Malice? Oh, a little bit. Zarkan actually led a really big invasion of Nagaroth, and he managed to seize control of the oh god, what is it called? The Chaos Altar. The Altar of Ultimate Darkness. The Altar of Ultimate Darkness, which is where Archaon got one of his 6 treasures later on. But the Altar of Ultimate Darkness is actually where, right here. Right there, yeah. Zarkan led a successful invasion and managed to capture it for a number of years. And he basically turned it into a chaos portal where just like endless demons were pouring out, constantly reinforcing and attacking the Dark Elves. And it took the Dark Elves a good hot minute to get it under control. Much to their annoyance. Set an ambush. What would Tarx's storyline be? I don't know. A lot of the storylines for Total Warhammer have been kind of out of left field. Some have worked, some haven't. I mean, most of them have been pretty decent. Like, but the only one that I think has been predictable was essentially like Ikit Claw versus Teheniwan didn't really have a storyline. You know, they just did the Vortex. But like Malice versus Deathmaster Snitch, that storyline was not amazing. Like, you could literally put anyone in where Deathmaster Snitch was, and it would have worked. It was just kind of like, oh, somebody wants Malice's power. Like, it could have literally been anyone, as long as they were relatively power hungry. Hey, nice. I'll take that. Okay, we booted out Wurzag. That's good. I'd like to make friends with the Dawi once we establish contact. Like, good contact. Who built the ancient city of Quintex? I don't know. The ancient city of Quintex may have been built by one of the, like, forgotten races that aren't really around anymore. It may have been built... It may have been built by the old ones. It may have been built by the Lizardmen. It may have been built by the Famir. Like, it could have been built by just a ridiculous amount of people. There's very, very little lore on the ancient city of Quintex. Would I like to have had Oxiol versus Snitch? No, I think that it should have been... I think it should have been Skaven versus Dwarves. I think that was a massively missed opportunity. I would have done Deathmaster Snitch versus Thoric Ironbrow, and then I would have done Malice Darkblade versus Zacharias the Everliving. I think that would have been the ideal matchups. That way we could have had 4 Game 1 versus Game 2 DLCs around all the base races, and I think it would have been a lot of fun. I was super disappointed with that. It seems pretty much certain that they're going to be skipping the dwarves and vampire counts. That was really shitty. I don't know why they did that. It seems like such an obvious thing to do, but I don't know, man. I guess even if it's staring you in the face, some people can still miss it. Do I think they'll ever give the primordial races a comeback? No. Not outside, like, just like the odd unit or something. Bitch, you what? Alright, Grimgor, let's boogie. Do the Tomb Kings expand their land, or are they content with what they have now? No, Cetra... I mean, Cetra wants to take over everything that used to comprise Khemri, which is massive. Khemri used to be... Or not Khemri, Nehekara. Cetra's empire was huge, and he wants all of that land back. Which is basically like the entirety of the Badlands and most of the Southlands north of the jungles. But Cetra also just wants to take over the entire world. Like, Cetra's ambitions are not small. Some Tomb Kings are not into the whole conquer the world thing. Some are. It's literally changes on a case-by-case basis. See if I miss a super easy shot again. Well, I hit my own guys. Well, I hit Grimgor and did absolutely nothing. I'm gonna need to do some testing with the Hand of the Gods after I get off stream. I don't know, it just feels bad. Okay, Kroq-Gar's winning, so that's good.
Uncanny tap.
That was a really good chain lightning. That was a really good chain lightning. Okay, Grimgor's dead. Man, I can tell I haven't streamed it too long because it's like, it's hard for me to play and talk at the same time. And that used to be something I was reasonably good at because, you know, that you're kind of, it's kind of like the basic requirement for streaming. God, I hate mass goblin archers. It's so unnecessarily painful. It's like, oh yeah, they're supposed to be an inaccurate unit, but you know, they've got like sniper accuracy. Virtually all their shit hits, and good lord does it hurt. Can a Bestigor overpower a Black Orc? Yeah, that's totally possible. I mean, they're fairly evenly matched. Good job, Kroq-Gar. Alright, well, at least we took unleash some pretty good casualties. How much hilarity is there in Tic-Tac-Toe defeating a demon prince by dropping rocks onto him? I mean, that's like a 9, but I will always love that silly ass like White Dwarf article from Fantasy where they had where Tic-Tac-Toe killed Be'lakor, the first demon prince, by dropping rocks on him. That was hysterical. Hide Striker. Hey, that's another 20 AP on top of the 30 we got from Malice. 50 bonus armor piercing damage. Not too shabby. Lord Kroq versus Kane. Well, I mean, Kane's a god. If Lord Kroq was alive, that might be a fair fight. But if Lord Kroq's, like, dead, yeah, no, that's not even a contest, I don't think. Speaking of Lord Kroq, I think it's time for him to come out and play. From what I've seen, the Be'lakor model was used to... Nah, it was actually the Be'lakor. It was, like, using the actual Be'lakor rules. Tic-Tac-Toe killed Be'lakor in like a goof... It was a tabletop game, yeah. But it was published by Games Workshop, which is, like... Because it was, like, pseudo-official, it was really funny. Tic-Tac-Toe and a unit of Pterodons just dropped rocks on him, and they just rolled really lucky and managed to kill him. Granted, drop rocks was pretty freaking scary in tabletop. Drop rocks were nasty because it was just D3 auto hits per bird. So like you could just do a just truly hysterical amount of damage.
Them sword too.
Open fire. Ow. Lord Kroq is my favorite legendary hero. He's pretty awesome. He's just really fun to use. Like, he's really strong, and he's just got really satisfying abilities that are really powerful. It's just all good. Push through! Unleash the gators! Kaboom! Oh, Croc scorers, I wish you weren't so hideous. No, don't run. Fire! Cold! Oh, hey, bro, you didn't need to tip.
Token trinket to give to Throt. Yes, yes. Good, good. I accept your offering for Molder Clan.
Cold, thanks so much for the tip, my dude. You didn't need to do that. Appreciate it. Who's my favorite dwarf? If you don't say me, I'll be slightly sad. I don't know, Cold. What's your KD ratio with Skaven? My personal favorite dwarf is definitely Thorgrim. I fucking love Thorgrim. Such a badass. Do I want to take over these mountains? Sure. I do like gold. Man, my temple guard got, like, obliterated. Poor bastards. Did CA ever say why they refused the Nakai non-tourney legal rules when they were actually on the Games Workshop website? No. Hey, Double D, if you want to make me super happy, you should ask them that yourself on Twitter. Just literally shoot them a message and be like, hey, this was on the website, why are we not allowed to, like, use it? Or why can't we, like, get these items? I just want his weapon to be a magic weapon. I've talked with CA about upgrading Nakai, and they are super sticklers about it. I just stretched! Alright, Cold, have a good one, my dude. Thanks so much for coming by, it's good to see you. Stay safe out there. I'll leave the Saurus out of this one. They're kind of beat up. Why does Hand of the Gods suck now? Makes me sad. Oh, that was a little early. Hey Hugh, what's up? How old is Be'lakor? Be'lakor is in the ballpark of about, let's see, by the modern timeline? Be'lakor is in the ballpark of about 10 to 12,000 years old. Is Be'lakor in AOS? Yes. Be'lakor is still around in Age of Sigmar. Well, good luck to everybody in the far north. Nerds. Not my problem. So many Chaos Boys. Have I seen the teaser image from the website? Yes.
Welcome, friends of the Dowie. No reason for it.
Definitely looks like demons, doesn't it? Go ahead and grab all the purges. South really needs their own in-game event. Yeah, that would be nice. Oh my god. Freaking Nightbot, dude. Hold on, I'll post it in chat. It's not much of a teaser image. Like, yeah, it's technically a teaser image, but it's kind of boring. But it does seem to be referencing Game 3. If you haven't seen it, you can go to that link, and it's the first image. It's the image that's literally labeled 1, 2, 3. We captured Pig Barter. Mandalore would be proud. Oh, that was the last of Grimgor's army. Nice. Grimgor is deceased. This pleases me. What does cold-blooded logic mean? It basically means, from a diplomacy perspective, that the Lizardman AI is slower to respond to changes in diplomacy. So, like, if you do something that makes them really, really happy and they get a bunch of positive, they're going to be slower to react to it and, like, I'll actually apply those changes. So it's, like, more difficult to get goodies by, like, they are slower to respond to you either pissing them off or making them really happy. It doesn't really mean a lot, to be honest. It's kind of there for flavor more than any actual application. Okay, we're gonna just work our way through these mountains. We're trying just to get our economy under control. The teaser image looks like it's hitting at Dark Elves. Nah, dude, that's demons. That's literally the symbol of Tzeentch. It's a hardcore demonic Tzeentch image. What is the job of the Priest of Grimnir in the Karazhan Corps? Priest of Grimnir, beyond just, like, the basic, like, being there to preside over official ceremonies and holidays and stuff, probably the most important thing that they do is they're the ones who Slayers tend to go to perform the Slayer rite, the ritual. They're the ones who, like, record their deeds and will give them the tattoos and like record who they were, and they take care of a lot of the issues there. They also tend to record their shames, not always but usually, and they kind of act as counselors or advisors to the various individuals that need their aid, especially among Slayers. They're busy. But a lot of what they do has to revolve around Slayers, and helping them through their journeys, or giving them, like, a person to talk to like, touch base about various things and stuff like that. I really want him to take Nagashazar, so I don't have to worry about it.
Greetings, honorable ally.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
We got a military alliance with the Dawi. All is well. The most important thing is I managed to push out and wipe out the Dark Elves before they got their teeth into anything. How is Lord Kroq? He's ridiculously strong and great, as always. Considering the name of the teaser is 321, you think it's CA being sneaky again, like 321 or so? Undertaker, I think that would have been a good theory if they weren't British. Just because they don't put their months and days like that. Because they go day, month, year, not month, day, year like we do. Unless you're saying March 2021, maybe? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of... I feel like maybe that's kind of a crackpot theory, but I could see it. It's possible, but I would put that under like all of the asterisks in the universe. Sure, let's get Rolling Skies. Might as well. I really want to capture the Fortress of Vorag before somebody else gets it.
Not possible.
High Queen Khalida.
Kroq level 10. I need so much more money.
Sick and sleep.
Hey, it's Mazda Monday. Oh. Let's see. Okay, we can sneak into Vorag before the Tomb Kings get there. Maybe if I'm lucky, they'll back me up. $4,000. Oh, Karak-Zorn still has dwarves in it. That's genuinely surprising. Oh, there's a whole bunch of Skaven coming from the north. Fall back. What are the lores a Slong can wield? The Slong can use pretty much any lore. The only lores of magic the Slong cannot use are the ones that are like specific to a race. So like they can't use the lore of Nehekara, or the lore of Big Wa, or the lore of Little Wa, or the lore of Zinch, or the lore of dark magic, because Slann don't like the idea of using dark magic, but they can use all 8 battle lores. They can use high magic, and they can also use geomancy. Merry Christmas, Dr. Zero! Tommy Bravo, I don't have a specific date for you, but it's hopefully soon. He wounded my skink priest? What an asshole. Oh, that's Quick Head Taker. Let's see him. Sure. I am nowhere near you, but yeah, I'll agree not to fight you. Man who's 6 billion leagues away. Let's set up a trap for the old rats.
My dynasty reigns supreme.
What? Oh, I'm in view. That's dumb. Ah, it's so dumb. All right, fine. I'll just take channeling stance. Man, they've gotta fix this. It is so frustrating when the AI's like, oh yeah, I'll help you win a fight, and then they just don't move close enough to help. They stand just out of range, like absolute assholes. It's like, CA, come on, guys, fix that.
You bring a token trinket to Frog. Yes. Good. I accept your offering for the clan.
Sylvan, thanks so much for the tip, my dude. You usually stream when I'm sleeping at work tonight, as I work nights, but I listen to your lore videos on YouTube often while at work. Well, that's awesome to know. I hope you enjoy them, my dude. We're being attacked by Quick Head Taker. Oh boy. What was that? That was Throughout the Unclean, using his unique voice lines. But there's a bug in my Streamlabs where he's repeating himself, so he talks twice. Only Kislev can use the lore of ice. Correct. That was rude. Come and get it, Queek. Temple Guard, defend Lord Kroq. Kroxigars! To the front line! Scar Veteran, you take over protecting the boss man. Charge! What are you doing? Protect me! Oh jeez, he just flat out murdered my Scarvet. Protect Lord Kroq! Quick Ticker is kind of scary, to be honest. That assassin is booking it. My goodness. I don't think they're gonna be able to get him, but well, that was certainly a fight. Doesn't Queek have the best weapon strength, weapon skill, and strength of all Skaven melee lords? Yeah. I mean, he brutally destroyed my Scarvet. Queek just buried my Scarvet. Do greenskins accept any teeth or only greenskin teeth? I think they take any teeth. Vermin flail. Oh, great. There's a plague, and it's spreading. Oh my god, that plague spread everywhere. Look at this. Am I going to live stream the Christmas announcements? No. I might do a live stream about whatever the Christmas announcement is, but I'm not going to be live streaming like my reaction to it because the we don't know when it's going to come out. Like, Games Workshop hasn't said that. They're just like, it'll come out at some point. The Sheriff 204. Go ahead, man. Ooh, Maiming Shield. That's a good item. How did Felix die? Oh, okay. So spoilers for anyone that hasn't read Slayer. If you don't want to know how Felix dies, then close your ears for like 30 seconds. But essentially what happens to Felix is that when Gotrek goes into the realm of chaos, the temple that they were in kind of collapses. And while after it collapses, one of the big things that happens is that because a lot of the temple collapses, it collapses onto Felix, right? So what happens to Felix is that there's no air. All of the oxygen can't get into where he is because of how everything like collapsed in on itself. So Felix is basically stuck in the dark by himself when Gotrek goes into the realm of chaos, and he suffocates. That's how he dies. Is that he just flat out suffocates to death, which is a horrible way to go. But yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens to him.
Not possible.
That being said, you can learn a little bit more. Yeah, he basically just falls asleep. Yeah. But like it's not like the worst death in the universe, especially with the end times being what they were, but it also wasn't a great death either. If you want to actually read a little bit more into the death of Felix, I would really recommend picking up the audio drama or the written version of the audio drama, Blood of the Old World. In Blood in the Old World, there is a really important scene that has to do with how Felix dies. So if you're like a really big fan of Gotrek and Felix and you want to know more about Felix's last moments, you really want to pick up that book and read it. Like it is a must read. Not to mention it's fucking amazing. But don't listen to Blood of the Old World until you have listened to Realm Slayer. You have to do Realm Slayer first. Listen to Realm Slayer, then do Blood of the Old World. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. Like they are literally the best books in all of AOS, hands down. If you have any love for Gotrek and Felix, or just Warhammer Fantasy in general, you will love Realm Slayer and Blood of the Old World. They're a ton of fun. Plus, it'll only stab you in the feels like a handful of times. But do be prepared. Do be prepared to get stabbed in the feels. So yeah, the sheriff, listen to Realm Slayer first, or you're not gonna understand what's going on in Blood of the Old World. You gotta do Realm Slayer first, then you could do Blood of the Old World. They're both audiobooks, and they're both on Audible. And they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. But if you have finished the Gotrek saga, or the Gotrek and Felix series, then I cannot recommend them enough. But they will, like, have tissues. When I listened to Realm Slayer the first time, it was like, oh wow, this is like pretty good. And then I listened to Blood of the Old World, I fucking lost it, dude. Like, Blood of the Old World, you're just like, ah! Like, there's so much of the book. Or the audio drama. And then after that, you can go read Ghoul Slayer. And Ghoul Slayer is amazing. Ghoul Slayer is the first actual book in AOS about Gotrek, and it's super duper good. Oh, you've listened to Realm Slayer. Oh, okay. Dude. The Sheriff, when you finish Blood of the Old World, let me know. Because it is... Oh my god. It is magical. Magical. Do I think Dogs of War, Araby, and other minor factions will make it into Warhammer 3? If Dogs of War get into Warhammer 3, which I think is possible but not likely, Araby will probably be a part of it. Git Slayer is the new one coming out, right? Yes, Git Slayer is the new upcoming book, which I actually... oh, that was an unpleasant breath. Actually, to get ready for Git Slayer, I actually bought Gloomspite. I bought the novel Gloomspite because apparently in Git Slayer, Gotrek is... I don't know if he's going to face off against Skragrott, but he's apparently going to go to Skragrott's asylum. So I bought Skragrott's book so I could get a good handle on that storyline. I'm really, really excited about it. What are the predictions for the next DLC? My prediction is Tarx the Brass Bull versus either Rakarth the Beast Lord or Oxiodal. That is my current prediction. Oh my gosh, I am super over time. Okay. Alright, my dudes. I hope you all have a lovely day. I'm actually going to go ahead and call it for now. I was intending to go to be doing family stuff like 20 minutes ago, but that's okay. So I'm actually going to go spend some time with my family. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas Eve, or Christmas if it's Christmas for you already, and or happy holiday if you're not celebrating Christmas and doing something else. I hope whatever it is you're doing is a lot of fun, awesome. I will be on tomorrow. I will be streaming on Christmas Day. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking I either want to play Warhammer Underworlds or Vermintide. We'll probably come back to Kroq-Gar after Christmas. So, I hope you all have a great day. This was a lot of fun. We got in another good like 50 plus turns. So I will see you guys around, and take care. Are you not my family? Y'all are an extended family. Unfortunately, you're not my immediate family. Unfortunately, I'm not blood related to Chat. I know that's a shock. I know that's like that's probably a horrible surprise. I'm sorry, Chat. You're adopted. I really didn't want to have to tell you like this, but you are adopted. All of you, to me. None of you are my blood relatives. I'm so sorry. I know that. I know that. I'm sure that's a great shock to all of you, but it's okay. I love you just as much. Any event, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful holiday. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Be safe. Please, please be safe. And take care. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye. Once YouTube catches up. Man, YouTube is like 30 seconds behind. Oh, Twitch. Twitch, don't go anywhere yet. If you're on Twitch, stay here. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the YouTube stream. Twitch,